What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoundHound, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is moving it today, and some potential new partnerships coming down the pipeline. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is up 6.1%, 1336 the low, 1470 the high. So the dreaded CPI came in line with expectations, but the underlying data behind the scenes was relatively optimistic. So I'm going to go over that in a second, but the month over month came in at 0.4. So that was the forecast. Year over year 2.9, and then came in at 2.9. So like I said, in line. Core was a little bit lower as well. So that's again something to keep in mind, but generally this data right here, so you can kind of see this is all the basket items December 2024, so it did go up 0.4 from the previous quarter, or sorry, previous month, but it was the energy basket 2.6. So by energy going up, that's kind of the negative side. On a side note about CPI, it's just its heavy weightedness of energy, but since energy did go up 2.6, that does mean, just basic math, other basket items did go down. So this data, even though it came in line with the forecast, is very, very good. So that, alongside good bank earnings, is one of the biggest attributing factors why SoundHound is moving higher. No actual news associated to them, no SEC filings, so it's kind of just stuck in limbo. You see a lot of individuals on, for instance, Reddit, posting all about potential partnerships and things like that, but I do want to bring this up right here. So you can kind of see that there's Stellantis. They've already announced that high-end day. I believe that was actually from like 2017, 2018, if I remember correctly. But nonetheless, they already do have a lot of these pre-existing partnerships. And most recently, they just announced Lucid. So this is the PIF. So the kind of the umbrella of who touches the PIF, and this is how you have Lucid right here. Lucid already has partnerships with Nvidia, LG, and whatever else. They also have Seer, and through that, Hyundai. So from this, you can already tell that there is a lot of connection that technically SoundHound already touches, such as Hyundai and now Lucid. Potentially through that, they could also get Aston Martin, Polestar indirectly, that would be through Geely. There's BMW, Foxconn, and if they hit Foxconn, that just opens up Pandora's box for even outside of all of this realm. So as far as new partnerships, I think you could see Aston Martin and Polestar coming very soon, but I think everyone wants kind of the number one, and that would be Tesla, right? So I think in general, SoundHound is making some pretty good progress behind the scenes, even though they're not putting out all that much in news. I think in general, if you are investing in SoundHound, you have to think bigger picture regardless. And I know a lot of my videos, I kind of talk on short-term stuff, what's affecting it today, what's affecting it possibly tomorrow. But if you think bigger picture, then definitely take advantage and buy the dip, do what you need to do. Today there was another short attack, so shorts are currently increasing net 1.56 million shares. 24.93% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 82.06 million shares. That one broker that was pretty much paying people or allowing people to short for free, that has gone away, as you can kind of see right here. But generally, looking at this teal line right here, does that seem familiar to any of you? That teal line going up, down, and whatever else, that matches this. So shorts are all over SoundHound, and they do really want to bring SoundHound down. Just right now, algorithmic trading is kind of battling with the shorts because algos are really pushing pretty much all the stocks higher today. So yeah, shorts definitely do have deep pockets, and that little snippet of essentially that one broker paying people to short SoundHound does really show that it's a big, probably top 5 bank most likely, that is really causing all this damage, and that they do essentially have very deep pockets, as I've kind of brought up in many videos. But moving on, 12 million in calls, 5.92 million in puts. 43% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature, and of the call options or overall options, you kind of see it similar to yesterday dollar value wise. So right now 17.5 million, yesterday was 19. So it is what it is. As far as the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above 17. So more of a reinvigorating of optimism. And then the bears are anticipating for it to still, despite CPI, for it to be sub $12. So kind of interesting for that. So let me know your viewpoint on that. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So you have this string of buying that really pushed SoundHound higher. Then you have the kind of string of selling for the most part, but there was a lot of buying first thing, and then I think right now, second half of the day right now, algorithmic trading is kind of taking fourth. But as far as where it's trading, with it at $13.55, trading between this pivot and this S1, $13.10, as I've mentioned, was a very key point it needed to stay above. And then as well, 16.75 is going to be the next round target / resistance. So now going forward, this 13.10 is going to be support. And you do have a fairly big gap that obviously SoundHound can really move up and hopefully touch this 16.75, because now CPI being behind us and the data coming out very good in my opinion, there isn't really anything to overly worry about. Even a couple of Fed speakers did kind of mention some comments after the CPI data saying that they don't see the market being overheated. So I think in general that should be the green light for the broader market to really continue its run up, and that would include SoundHound. So let me know your viewpoint on that. But looking on the actual chart itself, it is still wedge bound between that ALMA and that 50-day moving average. So far that 50-day moving average has been kind of that saving grace for SoundHound, and that is currently sitting at $12.92. ALMA is $13.69. So I've brought up, I think it was 2 videos ago, or it might have been yesterday, it's all blending together now, but you could see a extreme move with SoundHound as essentially it's getting squeezed between these two kind of heavy resistance and support. So you could see a very aggressive push higher or lower. Given the circumstances of what has just come out with the broader market, I feel like there is more orientation for it to move higher. So this is where, once again, going back over here, you could see this 16.75 being touched, or possibly, better yet, maybe a full-on resurge back to that $20 range. Every single Thursday this does come out. It'd be very interesting to see what big money has been doing over this last week. Over the last couple of weeks though, big money has been leaving crypto as well as the equity markets to go back to money markets. So given today's CPI, it'd be very advantageous for them to kind of come back, and that obviously would really fuel a lot of spec plays such as SoundHound and many others. So let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing with SoundHound? And have you started to dabble with options? I do bring up options quite a lot because it can be very profitable and very beneficial as long as you do it kind of within reason. So definitely take the time to research all of that and all the other fun jazz. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments with all that. Appreciate all of you watching.